Quarterfinal action from the Lost Legion Games and Comics Friday Night Magic Standard Tournament. Your top 8 tonight features the matchup we're watching right now, which is Aaron Dailey on the left playing black-white tokens. He also made top 8 last week, remember, and he's playing against stream regular Garrett Meadows, who's playing a junk mid-range deck that's playing a lot of Planeswalkers, Lingering Souls, Loxodon Smiters, Amazon's Pilgrim, which you see him play, and just trying to win. Garrett always plays this kind of, he plays control decks even when there's no blue cards in it. He's playing control deck. So that's his play style, and then Aaron is playing his tokens list. He used to be on humans, but he has since audibled to tokens. If you watched last week, you'll be familiar with the way in which Aaron lost his quarterfinal matchup, which was particularly entertaining for everyone other than Aaron. You can check that out in our YouTube archives or on our Facebook page, facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic, where we posted that highlight video last night, I should say. So Garrett passing back with 4 mana up, indicating he does have a Restoration Angel. Of course, the junk mid-range. Yep, junk mid-range is going to have. I'm just going to pass. I don't have time.
That's cool. Thanks. Nobody got time for it?
Well, there was a guy who wanted to unload some magic cards, so normally I would do that, but I don't get to trade or do anything like that anymore. So there is the aforementioned Restoration Angel bouncing an Amazon's Pilgrim, eating one of the Lingering Souls tokens. So Garrett down to 12 here. There is a Sorin. Going to make a 1/1 life-linking vampire, which will help him in the race a little bit, but with Intangible Virtue, Aaron's going to have 6 power of flyers. Obviously, one's going to get eaten by the Restoration Angel, but he can flash back 4 more power guys from the back half of that Lingering Souls. I think it'd be interesting to see what Aaron does here, but I think there's some arguments that could be made for just running your guys straight at Garrett here. Because Garrett doesn't have a Thragtusk, or he would have cast it this turn, I would imagine. You could kill Sorin here, but I would think you would just want to get as much damage in as possible. I assume if you had an O-Ring, which I know he runs in his deck, he would have O-Ringed the Angel immediately. Well, Murder is better than O-Ring in this spot. So Aaron's in a pretty good shape here. I guess now he's going to decide if he wants to split the damage up, take care of Sorin, and get 2 damage in, or if he wants to just get 6 damage in at Garrett and put him on a 1-turn clock. Oh, I'm so sorry. This whole time I'm acting like they're all spirit tokens, but 2 of them are Gather the Townsfolk tokens. So they are soldiers, don't have flying, obviously, which makes things a lot different. Probably should have put Max on camera this time, just so we could get one legitimate round of him playing the deck that the stream voted for him to play. But oh well. So Obsidat makes an appearance. Garrett's going to exile him at end of turn, as is his option. Makes another vampire. Aaron moving to combat, sending everything at Soren. Garrett's just going to let that happen. Almost forgetting Obsidat, but remembers at the last second, puts him back up to 15. Fighting some considerable glare at the top of the screen. I apologize for that. Sever the Bloodline main deck. Targeting one of the soldier tokens. And Obsidat is going to get murdered. Plays a land and then passes back, so Aaron still with his Lingering Souls. Plays another Intangible Virtue. So when he flashes back that Souls, it's going to be 6 power of Evasive Vigilant power. Gonna deal 3 to Garrett. Has he forgotten about the souls in his graveyard? I guess that's entirely possible, right?
It's late. He wore himself out.
Yeah, maybe. Plays a Scourge deck Heist Priest instead. So Garrett plays a Thragtusk, goes up to 17 life. See, in Aaron's hand, he does have a Tragic Slip. But he does find a Vault of the Archangel. Vaults is one of the most underrated cards in this specific archetype. We saw Brett Rose in his junk tokens list before rotation constantly get value off of it, but the amount of life gain that you can get from tokens and anthem effects just changes the race mass so drastically. So Aaron going to serve in with his Spirit, which is a 3/3 because of the 2 Intangible Virtues. Garrett has a Thragtusk and a Soren Vampire token. It's like 2 cards in hand. And he's going to flash back the Sever. Flashing back Sever, targeting a Spirit token. And in response to the Sever, he's going to Tragic Slip the Vampire token and make a Demon token before all 3 of his Lingering Soul Spirits go the way of the Buffalo. Garrett, forgetting that the Demon is a 7/7 Vigilant Flyer and running his Thragtusk into it. Even the best players are capable of making a mistake every now and then. But to Garrett's credit, he also doesn't ask to back up and take, sometimes you make a mistake and you own up to it. He's going to activate his Vault and swing in with the Demon. Hey, vigilant. Oh, the game is over, so I look like a douche, but whatever. Just making sure, because that would make a difference, because Garrett would be attacking in. But Garrett's going to go ahead and draw his card and scoop him up. Facing down the 7/7 Vigilant Flyer at 7 life. With obviously no answers in his hand to take care of it. Hey, do you like free stuff?
Everybody likes free
I'll give you some. I've got like 5 copies of these left in my current stash. Until I run out of them, I will gladly give them to one person a week. How can you win your own playset of rock, paper, scissors cards and start your own games of Magic like we start all of our feature matches? It's very simple. Go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic, and look for the giveaway post, which I made during round 2 of tonight's tournament. If you're watching on YouTube after the fact, you are still eligible to win. You have until next Friday. Next Friday's FNM. I don't know what date that is, but this, of course, is being recorded on the, what is today, the 29th? Not on the 29th, the 26th?
26th.
Yep, so you've got until a week from the 26th to enter. We do all these drawings offline the Saturday after the FNM. So go to the Facebook post, like, comment, and share the post. All 3 of those get you a separate entry. It also shows up in my Twitter feed, @ZachSellsMagic on Twitter. Retweet there for a separate chance to enter. 4 ways you can enter each and every week. But remember, if your name is drawn, you must be liking our Facebook page and following me on Twitter to be eligible to win. You win some cards, you help us spread the word about our stream. Seems like a good deal to me. Ali, I did mention this before, but many months ago I ended up running out of my personal collection of rock, paper, scissors cards to give out. So I bought some more. I believe I bought them off of Troll and Toad. And there were literally hundreds of each copy. And they were a quarter a piece, or 15 cents a piece or something. And then I ran out about a month ago, after going to the Grand Prix, bought some more. They are sold out on Troll and Toad, and they are like 50 cents a piece. I mention this because I think it's interesting. I'm surprised everyone who plays Magic doesn't have their own play set. Also to warn that there's going to be a period in time where I'm not going to have these to give away every week. So I would encourage people to participate in the giveaways now, while the proverbial getting is good, as they would say.
I got my play
You got your play set by being the first and so far only person who has watched the stream and then made it down to an FNM as a special guest. I've given lots of them away at large events, Star City events, as well as Grand Prix, to people who have come up and introduced themselves to me. I will gladly absorb the cost of them while they are there. Well, it's not so much the value of them, it's the quantity, the volume at which I give them out. It's pretty frequent. So, if you want to win them, sign up. Win them. Oh, I forgot I can do this. Boom. Check us out. So, the top 8. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. So, we've got these 2 guys in one quarterfinal. Then we've got Max Turner playing against Brandon Hart. So, unexpected results against Red, White, and Black Control. We've got Joseph Deal playing Black, White Humans against Brandon Booth playing Red, Green Aggro. And then we've got Brian Gross, who I believe is playing Bug Aggro. It's that deck with like the rapid hybridization on your Strangleroot guys, Young Wolf thing, against Barry Nelson, who I think is playing Green-White Aggro. So, that should be fun. Alright. Question in the chat about can you have, do I have foil play set of them? The answer is no, because Unglued was not foiled set. Unhinged was. You might remember because the foil Unhinged basic lands are worth $1,000 million. So Garrett on the play starts off playing a untapped Temple Garden and a Deathrite Shaman, which is a sideboard card he's going to bring in to try and get some incremental value against Lingering Souls. This Deathrite Shaman beatdown commences, and Garrett's going to ramp and fix his mana with the Farseek. On turn 2, Aaron is going to play Gather the Townsfolk. So Garrett's going to untap, likely have access to 4 mana, which means he can land a Sorin or something comparable. His deck is full of all kinds of mid-range goodies. He can play his own Lingering Souls. Now's the point where we see if Aaron can land an Intangible Virtue and outclass Garrett's tokens. And that's exactly what he does. He's going to double block and take one out. Eat 2 damage. Garrett, obviously the control deck in this matchup, trying to just stave off the early onslaught so that he can get to his mid-game and cast some Thragtusks and Obzidats and win that way. Garrett's on the double Lingering Souls draw here, which is going to be pretty tough for Aaron to deal with. I think he has another Intangible Virtue in hand, which would be pretty good to play here. So now he can attack. Without fear of Garrett trading his board for it. Even if Garrett triple blocked, he'd lose Lingering Soul and his Deathrite Shaman. But Garrett going to work, removing instances, sorceries from the graveyards with his Deathrite Shaman. Trying to close this game out at some point. And he does have, cannot see what his third land is because of the glare, but he does have 2 Lingering Souls in the graveyard, so he could potentially flash back 4 flyers here. Instead he's going to play another Deathrite and flash back 1 Souls, as he's on the double Gavany Township. Garrett Meadows has an affection for Gavany Township unlike any other Magic player I know. Sometimes to a fault, although he's probably playing 2 copies in this deck and just happened to draw them both. And they're obviously very good with Lingering Souls. And Aaron landing a 3rd Intangible Virtue. And Garrett's just going to chump it out. And then he's going to Tragic Slip the other Deathrite Shaman. But Garrett can go on the offensive here if he can play another land and activate Township. He can outrace Aaron. Or he can just play a Thragtusk. Go back up to 18. 16, I should say. I missed something somewhere. So Aaron in a spot here. He's been limited in both of the games we've seen so far by the fact that the Gather the Townsfolk token generator does not generate evasive creatures. And Garrett's done a good job of clogging up the ground, which is what his deck does. Question in the chat about which I prefer, Gavany Township or Vault of the Archangel. I think they're just 2 way different cards. I don't think one is better or worse than the other. I think Volt is probably just a better card because of Death Touch. So Garrett's going to attack in here with just the flyers. Knocking Aaron to 12 and activating Township, putting Aaron down to 1, and likely dead. So I don't think Aaron has access to anything that would sweep this board, unless he has a Sever the Bloodline of his own. Midnight Haunting not good enough here. Lingering Soul's not good enough here. 4th Land and a Wrath of God would be good here, but I'm pretty sure that's not legal in this format. It looks like we're going on to Game 3. Aaron agrees, scoops him up. Double Lingering Soul draw from Garrett's junk deck. Too much for Aaron to overcome. While these guys shuffle up and go to the decider, I want to take an opportunity to thank the fine folks here at Lost Legion Games and Comics. If it wasn't for them being generous enough to let us occupy one of their closets, set up the equipment, and stream the FNM for you, you wouldn't be able to watch each and every week. If you are ever in the region, driving through on business or vacation, make sure you stop by one of their 4 locations in West Virginia: Princeton, Beckley, South Charleston, and Parkersburg, and help support the people that support our stream each and every week. 6:30 p.m. Eastern every week is when we broadcast on twitch.tv/ZachSellsMagic. If you're watching live now, make sure to click the follow button and subscribe to our channel. And if you're watching after the fact on YouTube, make sure you get a chance to come and watch us live sometime. If you can't make your FNM, come watch ours. So move to game 3. Aaron on the play, obviously going to be in a little bit better spot than in the last game. He's going to be able to get he's going to be able to cast his Lingering Souls first. The game seems really hinges on the cards Lingering Souls, Midnight Haunting, and Intangible Virtue. I don't think there's a more important card in Aaron's deck than Virtue. The Anthem effect so important against the other Lingering Souls deck. Of course, Garrett with Gavney Township does have the ability to pump, and in a way has his own anthems. I thought we were getting ready to start, but it seems like it take forever to see what else. Let's see what lean out here and see what. Not sure what's going on. Looks like the other 3 matches are finished. Other 3 guys are finished. Let me see who won what. So just Deal won. Brandon Booth won. And Barry won. So Max lost.
I was hoping to see some Max turn.
Yeah, I was too. Just didn't work out. It's difficult when you only have. I mean, well, he lost round 1. We could have put him on round 1. Of course, he's playing an unexpected results deck that the stream picked for him to play, which is super fun. But
Did a buy round 2, so
yeah, round 1 he was up against a deck I knew he couldn't beat, so I just didn't want to waste a round watching him get dream crushed. Round 2 he got the bye. Round 3 we watched. It was a giant debacle.
How did he get a buy?
Somebody dropped.
Who drops after 1 round?
I could figure it out if I really wanted to get into it, but
1 round, go home cry.
yeah, they might have left or something. You never know. I could look it up later, but let's talk about the action here. So Aaron, turn 2 Skursdag High Priest, Garrett with the turn 1 Deathrite Shaman. Turn 2. Garrett living the dream. Both games he draws both of his sideboarded Deathrite Shamans. I shouldn't say both though. I don't know. Don't know if he's playing. Well, he could be playing a full play set of them for all I know. So Aaron follows up with his 3rd land, which is a Vault the Archangel and a Gather the Townsfolk. Passes back to Garrett with 2 lands, 2 Deathrites. Garrett going to cast a Farseek here. Fix his mana a little bit, going to get an Overgrown Tomb. Aaron is going to cast a Virtue and get in for 4 damage as Garrett chooses not to block. So Garrett down to 14, but he's going to be able to untap here with the 5th land, should he have it, and cast a Thragtusk and be right back into things.
Not wait that card to take out.
Thragtusk?
That Amherst Angel.
Yeah, like I said, I've come to terms with it as a card, but I don't know. I don't know why we needed that card to be printed. Just such a forgiving card, and every deck just jams 4 Thragtusks in it.
I'd rather watch old school Callblade mirrors when it was in standard.
I mean, Callblade had some very forgiving cards as well, but you had to play them correctly. Tapping 5 lands and playing a creature is not nearly as skill intensive. So Garrett reveals a Duress pre-combat here. Aaron, in response, is going to get rid of the Midnight Hunting that's in his hand before it gets ripped out of there. Garrett looking at, I'm not sure, but it looks like Obsidat, Lingering Souls, Oblivion Ring, and Tragic Slip. So Obsidat's a very interesting card that I'm sure Aaron has sideboarded in here. Well, it's going to be good in this matchup. It's going to be very difficult for Aaron to get to the 5 mana he needs to cast it. So Garrett choosing what he wants to get rid of here, the Tragic Slip or the Oblivion Ring. He's going to choose the Oblivion Ring. I'm not sure if that's right or wrong, but that is what I would have taken. Still in Garrett's main phase here. Before combat, he's going to play his 5th land and pass back with Gavany Township mana up. So Aaron draws and untaps. He's got 2 Soldier tokens, 2 Midnight Haunting Spirit tokens, all pumped up by the Intangible Virtue you see at the top of the screen, as well as an active Skursdag High Priest. Based on the fact that Aaron is changing Garrett's life total, I assume there were no blocks there. He attacked with everybody. And end of turn, he's going to Restoration Angel, Blink a Thragtusk, Magic the Gathering. Most fun game in the world. And Garrett's going to use his Death Right to start dealing damage to Aaron, removing sorceries from his graveyard. I believe that was an instant, but it's all the same. So now the board state's getting a little bit clogged up here. That Restoration Angel really putting a damper on Aaron's plan, as he theoretically could have raced in this situation with his 2 flyers, but he's only going to be able to get in 2 damage before they're both eaten by the Restoration Angel. There's another one. People ask me all the time, like, oh, why don't you play Standard? That's why I don't play Standard. Like, I've been watching this for the last year. Like, I don't know.
I not a
It's
fan.
like, congratulations, you drew these cards. Just, I mean, you can't fault people for playing them, but I don't know. This is not what I would define as fun Magic. Just play a creature, play a better creature, play another copy of the same creature.
Standard for me stopped being fun back when Necro took over that entire summer.
That was a long time ago. It was 1995.
That's when I stopped enjoying Standard.
I stopped playing Magic after Ice Age rotated out. It was more of a... I was upset that I had invested so much time and money in getting in all those Ice Age pain lands and stuff, and then what's now my cards are useless.
I love
Awesome.
Ice Age.
At the time, I was 15. And like, you don't have the infinite money that... not that any of us have infinite money, but it's a lot harder to come up with money for booster packs when... The internet also didn't exist back then. So, like, I mean, it existed, but, like, you couldn't just go online and just click, 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 whatever you want from TCG Player and have it in 2 days.
Yeah.
You had to hope that your friends opened enough Sarah Angels that you could trade for a playset of them.
Sarah Angel.
The heck of a Magic card. 20 years ago. So what's going on here? They still playing? Garrett's at 15 now. I guess it's an interesting situation where Garrett can't really profitably attack here because every time he attacks in, he better do enough damage to be lethal, because if he doesn't, Aaron is going to just make a 5/5. So before damage, he's going to face shields one of them, giving it pro-white. With Morbid, he's going to activate his... and he's going to Tragic Slip one of the... I'm not sure what's going on here. One of the angels has 2 damage on it, but it doesn't really matter.
No.
Why does the angel not die? What am I missing? Let me ask. Why did the angel die? Garrett just forgot that Morbid was triggered, so... I thought that's what it was, but... I don't know, it's late.
Well, the good thing is you caught it before they caught it.
I know. God forbid the stream live and subsequently the YouTube viewers later. Trust me, if there is a mistake that has been made, I will be notified of it in multiples as soon as these videos hit the air. So Aaron's in a pretty good spot here with the 6/6 flyer. The problem is that Garrett has an enormous army here. He's got another Gavany activation he can do before damage this turn. If he just alphas here, you block the Thragtusk, you chump the Thragtusk, you eat a beast, and you take 5, 10, 16. Yeah, you just attack with everything, and you win. Pump, attack, win. Pump, attack, win. That's... might as well do that before you pump. Did I miss something? No, I'm serious. Like, it seemed like the math is right, because he can pump again, then that's 5 from an unblocked beast, 5 from an unblocked angel, and then 3 apiece from the 2 Deathrite Shamans, right? Maybe I missed something. Regardless, it doesn't matter what I missed or didn't miss, as Aaron gets to untap here, facing down a tremendous army. He can get in with the demon, but cast Lingering Souls, make another 4 power of flyers. Garrett's guys just continue to grow.
Ginger.
So Garrett trying to decide what he wants to do. He leads off with a duress, I should say. In response, he's going to face shield his demon, giving his demon pro-white. This getting rid of the murder, leaving just the Obsidat in hand. They're going to eat the other half of Lingering Souls, knocking Aaron down to 12. I don't understand why everyone who plays the EDH has to yell everything that they do in EDH. I understand there's a lot of other people playing in the game, but I don't understand why this is like a bullhorn involved. I'm now playing a land. So Aaron draws another murder off the top. Which is going to allow him to theoretically attack with all his flyers here, then allow Garrett to decide if he wants to trade because, well, no, I guess it doesn't work because Garrett does have another Gavany Township activation up. But he can at least attack with the Demon, which is a 6/6. I still think at one point Garrett could have won.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They're the ones playing in the game. I think they're more aware of the math than I am. Yep. So he attacks with one Spirit and the Demon. Garrett's going to chomp. And then eat one of Aaron's souls with his own souls because he's going to activate Gavany Township before damage. But that, of course, triggers Morbid and allows Aaron to make another 5/5 Demon with the Skursdag High Priest. So slowly but surely, Aaron is upgrading his Spirit tokens into 6/6 Vigilance. There goes that plan as an Oblivion Ring takes out the token generator and High Priest. And Garrett's going to flash back souls. And passes back. game has turned into a pretty remarkable stalemate.
I want to play plane chase. That's my response.
At this point, I'm just there are some weeks where I'm desperately hoping that they play it out. There's weeks like this week where I could not hope more for them to just chop the top four. I can almost guarantee that they won't, but I would love them to do it. So Aaron apparently serving in here. He's going to activate the Vault of the Archangel. He's going to gain 4 from spirits. He's going to gain 4 from them and then 12 off his demons. So a total of 16 should be up to 28. Garrett taking no damage because he's chumped them out. But Garrett playing off the top here. He does have death rates that he can continue to eat away at Aaron's life total, but a lot of activations away from being able to deal the final blow. He does have Gravity that he can continue getting some incremental value out of, as his beasts are up to 6/6s, his Thrag Tusk is an 8/6, even his death rights are 4/5s. And he's going to serve in with everybody here. So that's 6, 6, and 8 for a total of 24. That would be lethal, so Aaron's probably going to have to chump the Thrag Tusk. That's what I would do. And then I would take 12 down to 12. Then he plays a Sorin. He's going to make a Vampire token. So I'm trying to think if there's anything that Aaron can draw that will win him the game here. Another Virtue will allow him to get in 14 in the air, but that will not be good enough because he will not be able to get in with that soldier token. He can activate the Vault, go back up to 22. He is going to activate the Vault, so go up to 22. He's going to kill the Sorin. I don't know, life total wise, I don't know what Garrett's at here. And Garrett takes 6 and is down to 9. Alright. Garrett activates both of his Death Rite Shamans, knocks Aaron down to 18. This is where the combat math gets really tricky. So serves him with the same attack as last time. The Thrag Tusk and the 2 beast tokens. They're 8, 6, and 6 in terms of power now, but Garrett can pump them. Is this gonna kill him here? Because he can pump. He can pump. That's up to 7, so that's 14. And then if he has 2 activations from Deathrite, I know there's a Farseek in the bin. Is there another instant or source? Yeah, there's another duress. I think Aaron just killed himself here.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, he missed it. To be perfectly fair, he was going to have to throw away one of his demons anyway in that spot. And he wasn't going to be able to win on the alpha back anyway, so just too many Gavity Township activations. And Garrett Meadows takes it down. So congratulations to him, and good showing by Aaron. And like I said, I think it'd be interesting to go back and look at that footage after the fact. I think there was a turn where Garrett could have alphaed and won, but again, I'm not firm enough on the details to know if that's the case. I'm gonna step outside and see if these guys are playing the top 4. All right, everyone. They have decided to chop the top 4. The prize pool is not really that big, considering that there's only 22 people here, so it's not really lucrative to keep playing. So thanks for watching. As of right now, I'm probably going to stream the Sunday pre-release. I might audible out of it. We'll just have to see if I'm in the mood or not. But regardless of that, if you have the opportunity to go out and play in a pre-release tomorrow at your local store or at midnight tonight or whenever, make sure you do that. The only way that stores can continue to be around for you to play Magic at, to have awesome things like FNM streams, things like that, is if you go out and support them, and pre-releases are a perfect opportunity to do so. So make sure you go out and play in your local pre-release. Like I said, go ahead and follow us here on Twitch, and if we do end up streaming on Sunday, I'll send you an email reminder, and then we'll be back here next Friday, again, assuming I'm here next Friday. We will be drafting here, so we should have a Dragon's Maze draft for FNM next week. So thanks again for watching. Make sure you visit on our Facebook page after the fact sometime, and we will catch you guys next time.